We're going to talk about learning, okay? That's what we're doing today. We're talking about how to learn. And this is an important skill. Think of it like an operating system upgrade. You have an operating system in your brain, and you can upgrade that operating system by understanding how to learn. And this gives you more confidence. It allows you to learn new skills, which allow you to teach other people and allow them to be better people. And you expand your horizons, and it's this very useful skill that allows you to be more social, allows you to achieve more, and ultimately have control over your life. And if you don't know how to do this, it will be much harder to achieve the things that you want to do because you can't control yourself. And that's what we're talking about here today. We're talking about identity level learning. But knowing that, I've read all of the greats from Tim Ferriss to Barbara Oakley, and I've tried to cite sources where I can, but I don't know everything, guys. And that's okay. Instead, this is more of what I've found works for me so far. Not everything is going to work for you. Try it on like a hat. If it doesn't fit, let me know, and maybe I can come up with something that will work, or we can get closer to the truth together. That's all we're after here, is just how to learn. Because again, it's like fishing. Knowing how to fish will allow us to catch fish. And if we both trade our techniques back and forth, what works and what doesn't for us, and we say, you know what, this bait totally works for this fish, but it doesn't work for this one, we'll get better together. We can beat the fishes. Our goal when we're going about identity level learning is to transform ourselves. We have a certain self-image. The problem is that you can't be who you are and change who you are. You need to do one or the other. And if you want to develop new abilities and be a better version of yourself, it requires change. It allows us to go through learning much easier and much faster. And it becomes something that you don't just do. You don't just do certain things, where it's something that you are. You're a person who plays guitar, not just a person who has the ability to play the guitar but never uses it. That's what we're going for here. I want to talk about Wyatt Woodsmall's idea of insight, action, and transformation. For you to learn something new, you first have to get some sort of new knowledge. You see that you aren't doing things the right way, and that changes the way that you behave. You take action and change your behavior. You realize that you weren't pivoting your left foot when you were throwing your left hook, and then you say, okay, I'm going to pivot my left hook, and that changes who you are. You're a person who has a stronger punch now. It's not a problem of yours anymore. You change. So you go from insight to action, transformation. You learn some things, then you do some things, and that changes who you are. That's the general model. In my experience, I often have to convince myself to do the things that I know I need to do, rather than it being really difficult to do those things. It's easy to pluck a guitar and to strum it. It's hard to get myself to sit down and practice. Stephen Covey has a great quote here. Every external victory is preceded by an internal victory. You have to beat yourself internally before you can beat yourself externally. And that's reflected in the learning process. So that 3-step process of insight, action, transformation gets repeated twice. So there are 6 steps in total. And those 6 steps are internally. You wish, want, and then be. And then externally, you plan, do, and have. Okay? Wish, want, be, plan, do, have. At first, if you don't know what to do, you see something that you like in the world and you go, oh, I wish I could have that ability, or I wish I had that. And then you convince yourself that you want it enough to a point where you are a person who's willing to do that. You become a person who's willing to do that. And then externally, you plan how you're going to do that. You take action on it. And then if you take action the right way, you have that new thing. 6 steps. And these are how you learn anything. And if you mess these steps up, or if you don't remember that it's an internal before an external shift, it's much harder to learn something. And I look back, I've gone through and not followed this process. It doesn't work out for me in the end. We don't want to just be a person who has the ability to play guitar but never does and then loses that ability. We want to be a person who continuously plays guitars, makes it part of their life. Or we want to be a person who knows how to fish and makes fishing part of their life. If you aren't willing to make it part of your life, is it really worth learning? So, how can you apply this to your life? What I want you to do is figure out where you are in this process. If you don't know what to do, jump to wish. If you know what you want to do but you can't just get yourself to do it, jump to want. If you really want to do it but you just aren't willing to do it yet, jump to be. You need to make a plan and incorporate this into your life. Jump to plan, jump to do, and how to get yourself to improve as quick as possible. Or if you have an ability and don't know what to do with it now that you have it, jump to have. And again, whatever you decide, thanks for getting better.